You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic: what kind of body does Jesus have right now? Physical or spirit? There is more than one description of Jesus after the resurrection, showing that he was not just a spirit floating around. He had a body of flesh and bone. Notice this post-resurrection appearance to the disciples. Now as they said these things, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them and said to them, "Peace to you." But they were terrified and frightened and supposed they had seen a spirit. And he said to them, "Why are you troubled, and why do doubts arise in your hearts? Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see, for a spirit does not have flesh and bones as you see I have." When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his feet. But while they still did not believe for joy and marveled, he said unto them, "Have you any food here?" So they gave him a piece of broiled fish and some honeycomb, and he took it and ate it in their presence. Luke chapter 24, verses 36 through 43. There are a lot of details that show Christ had a body. Mind you, a resurrected body that was incorruptible and not tainted with sin. The disciple Mary touched this real body after the resurrection. John chapter 20, verse 17. Jesus invited Thomas to physically touch his hands, feet, and side. John 20:27. Christ met the disciples for breakfast by the Sea of Tiberias. John chapter 21, verses 1 through 14. Finally, Christ walked with his disciples out to Bethany, where he lifted up his hands and blessed them before ascending into heaven. Luke 24:50. Notice what the two angels say to the disciples. "This same Jesus who was taken up from you into heaven will so come in like manner as you saw him go into heaven." Acts 1:11. Just as they saw Jesus with a physical body then, we will likewise see him when he comes back the second time. Our key Bible text for today comes from John chapter 20, verses 19 and 20. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst, and saith unto them, Peace be unto you. And when he had so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord. Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.